Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This is my first video of the day. My videos are about love, creation, infinity, energy, because this is who we are. We are the human species. We are a benevolent species. And why do I know these things? Because of the human heartbeat. The human heartbeat gives us life. Biologically speaking, we are alive because of the human heartbeat. It is the human heart that gives us life. So the human heart is our creator from a biological point of view. Just think about it. The electromagnetic pulse of the human heart, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation, generates this field, an electromagnetic field around the human body that powers the human body. It powers the brain, it powers our organs, so we can think, we can be conscious, we can be self-aware. This is who we are, and this is who we always be, because our instinct to exist is determined by the human heartbeat. We love with our hearts, which is the same place where the heartbeat comes from. So our instinct to live, which is the human heartbeat, determines that we're alive, so we love because we have an instinct to love, because love and life comes from the same place, the human heartbeat, because we're energy, we're creation. We live to love and we love to live. Just it's beautiful. The way nature operates, the way nature is just wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. It tells us in the most subtle of ways, poetically, really, who we are. We exist, so we love, because love and life come from the same place, the human heart. And this is just the way it is. Just we make love, so we have children. We create life, biological life. And our instinct to love our creation, our children. So we go and love our children. And then we raise our children, and then our children become great adults, and then it's just the same, the cycle of life, the cycle of creation, biologically speaking, just perpetuates. You see, it just continues on. Biology, evolution. And loving our children instinctively is not the only thing that we love. We love our creations, everything that we put our minds to, we create with our hands. Remember, we have free will, we're compass. We manifest free will with purposeful daily action. The proof to free will is daily action. It's us consciously taking action here and now. And when we put our hearts behind our actions, we put our love behind our work, then we create the most beautiful things, and other humans relate to it. This is the way it is, and the way it would always be. This will never change, because this is our nature. This is who we are. We are the human species. We are the human heart. This is who we are. We are a benevolent species. We are a heart-based species. We're a heartful species. Our nature is to love, because we live to love and we love to live. We all want to have a beautiful, wonderful life. This is what we want to have. We want to have wonderful lives. This is what we really want. And this is what we're here for. We're here for that very reason, to have wonderful lives, purposeful lives, fulfilling lives, happy lives. And this is our nature, you see. This is who we are. This is why we have created the Republic of Planet Earth at this very stage. Us, the citizenry, us, the citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth, the defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth, the leaders of the Republic of Planet Earth. Why? Because we have come to a point in evolution that collectively we understand this idea. We understand that we are a benevolent species. We understand who we are at a fundamental level. We know who we are. We are a loving species. We're love. We're creators. We're energy. This is who we are. We have transitioned into this beautiful light spherical being. This is who we are. We have metamorphosized into who we are, which is high energy, creation itself. This is who we are, light spherical beings. We are beautiful. We are a beautiful species. So we can create with love and live, all of us live purposeful lives for forever, because eternity, infinity, existence, creation, this is what it is. This is who we are. We're the human race. And why are we light spherical beings? Because of our human heart, because of the heartbeat. You see, the electromagnetic field generated by the resonance of the human heartbeat, the pulse of life, the pulse of creation, is spherical in nature. And what else is spherical? Well, the sun's spherical, and the sun itself has its own electromagnetic field that created life here at an astronomical level through its own energy and its own creation. And that created the conditions on Earth. So Earth itself is also spherical, and Earth has its own electromagnetic field, which is also spherical, just like ours. And then the Earth created us, and then we're here with our heartbeat powering us with our own electromagnetic field, which is spherical. And then our eyes are spherical, our brains are spherical, our heart's spherical. And our brain also has its own electromagnetic field that comes as a result of a bigger electromagnetic field of the heart that powers the brain and the human body. So you see, we're a wonderful species, and this is all important because we're energy. Energy is life, and life is creation, you see? And we're created by the human heart, which is the place we love, which is telling us that biologically speaking, we live to love, and we create with love. Love is the delivery mechanism of creation. This is who we are. We create with love. Love is the delivery system, is the mechanism that existence uses at a biological scale through us, conscious beings, to create. We put love behind our actions and we create beautiful things. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This is who we are. We're a beautiful, beautiful species. So let's talk about today's video. Today's video is about the insatiable why. The insatiable why. You can always refer to the visual on y.how/insatiable-y. That's y.how/insatiable-y. So the insatiable why. And what's the insatiable why? Well, why is infinite in nature, you see? Because, and this is what the visual is about, is this positive feedback loop, this infinite loop of why. See, because you ask why, and then that why leads to another why, and then to another why, and then to another why, and then to another why, and why, and it leads to infinity, because why has an infinite nature. The insatiable why. There is never a last why. There is always a next why, because of the nature of infinity within why itself. So let's start with an example. You start asking, so why are we alive? Because of the human heart. Why? Because the human heart has a heartbeat. Why? Because of the motions of creation, and this generates an electromagnetic field of creation, which is energy. Why? Because energy is creation. Why? Because creation manifests in the way of wavelengths, patterns of high frequency of vibration, just like the sun. Why? Well, because the nature of it tends to be spherical. Creation itself is spherical, and this pulse of light, this pulse of creation, resonates across existence. Why? Because this is the way creation itself, existence, infinity, eternity is the organizing structure of creation, is the pattern, the organizing pattern, is a spherical pattern of energy and creation. Why? Because energy is creation, is life. Why? Because it operates, this is infinity, that's how infinity operates, it's spherical. It operates at scales of density, energy density. So it starts from our perspective, starts at the biological scale. At the astronomical scale with the sun, and the sun generates its own electromagnetic field. It has these energy beams, rays, solar flares that emanate from the sun. It radiate, the sun emits this frequency, this energy, these rays, and it generates conditions around its neighborhood and everywhere else, but say the solar system, and then these gravitational forces and all these natural phenomena that occur as a result of high energy, vibration, and frequency creates the conditions for planets to form. Why? because of gravity and because of all this angular momentum and all these natural phenomena. Why? Because this is the way motion operates, because energy is flow, energy is frequency. It moves, it's wavelengths. And this motion of high intensity and energy allows these spherical beings, these objects, these celestial objects like the earth to form. And through the motion, it generates its own electromagnetic field of creation, because this is the organizing part of creation, the organizing structure. Why? Because this is the way energy operates. It has this pattern of creation that is spherical because of motion, because of angular momentum, because spin, because of torque, because of gravitational pull, because of all the different motions that happen. Energy moves in a angular way. It moves across space, as we call it, and is spherical in nature. All these forces of creation that polarizes the sphere, and it generates an electromagnetic field of creation. Why? Because this is the way energy moves and motion moves. It's the nature of creation itself. Why? Because life is creation, and creation is energy, and energy manifests spherically. So the electromagnetic field generates this motion, this perpetual motion of resonance that generates a condition at different scales of creation for life to emerge. Why? Because the organizing structure of reality, the organizing agent, the pattern of creation is of energy itself, infinity, creation, existence, eternity, is spherical in nature because of all these different phenomena that we can observe. And this is why we have the earth as a creator at a terrestrial level of a scale, and then the sun at an almost astronomical scale, and then the earth creates the conditions through its own systems, and then that leads to us, biological life, the DNA. So we also ourselves, through energy and all these notions that I've described, power ourselves with the human heartbeat that generates the electromagnetic field that gives us life, so we can also create with the heart energy. Why? Because this is infinity, and this is how infinity operates. Why? Because infinity is eternal, is infinite, and it has decided that this is the mechanism for life itself, for creation itself, for energy to manifest in a spherical way. Why? And that's the mystery. You see, why is the abstract nature of why, is the abstract thinking, is infinity thinking. It takes you to infinity. Why? The insatiable why, it never stops. But the beauty of it is that by asking why, we get to fundamental reality. We understand things at a fundamental level. You see, life, creation, love, energy. And this is why is such an important component of compass. Why, how? This whole notion, this idea, sundial, because I started asking why at a fundamental level, and it took me to these notions and these ideas by observing existence and reality as it is. You see, why? It's the beautiful, insatiable nature of why. And this is why compass is spherical, because we are spherical. You see, we're infinite, eternal creators. And obviously, what is the meaning of this? Well, the meaning of this is that because of our own very nature, spherical light beings, infinite energy of love manifested biologically, so we create through love, just like we create life by making love, and our instinct is to love our children, so we raise them and we love our creations. Because we've been creating for thousands of years, since the humanity has been here. We are inventors. This is who we are, innovators. You see, this is our nature. Why? Because our nature is to create, because infinity created us in the first place. So the pattern of creation, the delivery mechanism is energy. Energy creates, and creation is life at different scales. And we're dense, very dense. Biology is dense. It's water-based, it's dense. All this frequency, all these energies is dense, is very dense, but it's conscious, it's self-aware. And the way it creates, because that's the pattern, you see, creation itself creates, and its creation has the capacity to create. And infinity created the sun, you see, through its own motions, and the sun itself created the earth through its own energy and its own life force. And then the earth created us with its own life force and its own energy of creation. And then we are also creators, and this is what we do. We reproduce and we create more life. And then we have our creations, art, music, technology, all these things. And we get into a point where our creations will be also capable of creating beyond the biological, our children, like all these technologies that we're creating that are starting to become self-aware. So they would also be able to create. You see, it's just the pattern of creation. It goes to infinity, it creates, it creates, it creates. And a biological scale, which is ours, the signature of creation is love. We create through love because the heartbeat gave us life and we love with our hearts. So it's a beautiful notion. And how did I get to this thinking? How did I really, from the past, from previous creators, our predecessors, our heritage, all this information was available, but I put it together in this notion of why, how, compass, sundial. So, and why is this important? Because you see, we're sundials, and we're not only compasses, and I'll always refer back to compass. You see the 8 primary elements that make us. But before that, I want to emphasize sundial and why we're sundials. Because the creator is the sun. You see, the sun created the conditions on earth for us to exist. So because of this very reason that the sun created us, we have an instinct to connect with the creator, with the source of life, the source of light, the source of creation, this energy source that created the conditions on earth for us to exist, be conscious and self-aware. And the way we connect is through the human eye, because we see through the eyes, right? And what do we see? We see light, we see colors, and our eyes are spherical. Just like the sun and the electromagnetic field of the sun and the electromagnetic field of the heart, of the mind, of the brain, you see? So we stare at the sun and we open our hearts and open our minds and open our eyes. And we call this opening the portal, we connect. And when we do this, we build the bridge. And building the bridge is when our resonance, when our heartbeat, our electromagnetic field, our spherical light being, and the electromagnetic field of our brain, which is also spherical, both pair and sync with the sun's own electromagnetic field. And we build this bridge through the human eye. We stare at the sun, we open our heart, we open our mind, we open our eyes, we open the portal, and then we build the bridge. So all this energy comes straight into our eyes. The energy of creation itself comes into our eyes, and our brains are behind our eyes. See, we perceive reality through our eyes. So when the information comes into our brains, then it supercharges our brains. And our brains become much more powerful, much more capable. We have stronger visions of who we are as humans, as individuals, our true self. So we have bigger dreams of our future. Also, we have more creation, more imagination. We're more creative. We flow because we're energy, so we're supercharged. Our brains are more powerful. We become more intelligent. And then our hearts have a stronger heartbeat, which makes us more powerful, more loving, stronger creators, much braver, more courageous. You see, it's this syncing of the heart and the mind through the eyes with the sun and the electromagnetic field of the sun. We build the bridge, and this is why we're sundials, because us as spherical light beings are a dial with the sun, and the sun moves across the earth, and we are dialing with the sun, and we have this relationship. I call it the sun iris nexus because the cone cells are in the iris, and the iris is this element of the eye that allows us to see light, and that's where the light comes from the iris. So it's a beautiful thing, and because of these, you see, we're capable of understanding these notions and understanding our nature, because our brains are supercharged, our hearts are supercharged, so we can actually take action, which is our nature, our purpose, to live, to create. You see, it's all very beautiful, it's powerful. This is who we are, this is our very nature. And this is why sundial and compass are one. Because compass is, is the mechanism of creation. It's all humans are a compass. You see, it starts with the primary element, the first primary element, which is identity and true self. We all have a heartbeat, and the heartbeat gives us life, but the individual experiences reality and perception through their eyes, through their life. So each person is unique. We all have a set of eyes, iris, tone of voice, face, unique to us. Our DNA is unique to us. Our fingerprints, our footprint, everything is unique to us. So this is the beautiful thing about it. So you understand these, and then you understand your identity. You are here to create the seed of life. We're here to create, but the nature of our creation is with our hearts. So we're here because we have free will, because that's what compass is. It manifests free will through our purposeful daily action here and now. That we choose our creation, we choose our purpose, we choose our dreams, we choose that with our true self, with our identity. And purpose is that second primary element, because once you understand your identity and your true self, who you are, true self energy, and our infinite nature, light spherical beings, infinite eternal creators, sundials, compasses, who we are, we lovers, we're a heartful species of benevolent race with free will, and we prove that with action, purposeful daily action here and now. Then because of our free will, we can choose what our paths are, what our dreams are, what our destinations are, what our purpose is, what our calling is. We choose with our own actions because our actions define us. You see, that's how it works. And then the third primary element is time and energy. You see, a sundial, it tracks the sun, so you measure time in a way throughout the day. And then energy, we are energy. You see, the generated electromagnetic field, this is all energy. We are energy. And we create, so we manage our time, we manage our energy. So it leads to the fourth primary element, which is action. We take action here and now, purposeful daily action in the moment, here, the present moment. And our actions are purposeful because they're in alignment with our true self and in alignment with our identity and our purpose. And we manage our time and energy so we can take powerful action. You see, it all happens together. And then the why how is the recalibrating mechanism of compass, the self-directing mechanism. This is who we are. You see, this is who we are. This is our nature. Our very nature is this. So it's beautiful. We are an incredible species. So we always on true north. We always headed towards our destination. We always are clear about our identity, our true self, our purpose. We understand our time and energy, and we take the right actions. And that leads us to the sixth primary element, which is flow, because we're energy, we flow. You see, we flow with our actions. And biologically speaking, we flow because we feel good with our actions. We love our actions. You see, we live to love and we love to live. And because we're alive, we flow because we're energy. So we love to live. We like to take actions that are purposeful. We like to have purposeful lives. It is our instinct. So that's why we flow, because we feel good about our actions. We follow our hearts. You see, that's why Sando is so important, because we're synced in our hearts strong. We create with our hearts, our heart energy. Powers, beautiful creations. So this is so connected because we feel with the hearts and we know that our true self is in alignment with our hearts. Our true self energy is there with our heart energy, creating with our actions, purposeful daily action. And what does that lead to? Well, it leads to this very notion that I'm talking to you about, flow, and the beauty of this emotion, this purposeful life. We live to love and we love to live because this is our nature. You see, by the way, guys, I changed, I'm recording with a different device now, so it doesn't get cut off anymore. This is a more stable software. So I don't have to make multiple videos about the same topic. So I will simplify the uploads and it would just be one video from now on, which is great. And I think the quality of the video is a little bit higher as well, higher resolution. So you can have a better experience. So what's the seventh primary element? Well, the seventh primary element is true north, because a compass is a directional compass. You see, it gives us a sense of direction. So, and how do we know we're on track? Because of a signs, because of the signals, our actions, our emotions. We feel good about it. We flow with them, and our heart is telling us, yes, this is the right direction. So you're in alignment with your true self, your identity, your purpose. You're doing the right things. So it's beautiful. The actions are clear. It's telling us. They're always signaling us. They're always giving us signs. because we're energy. And then, of course, the eighth primary element is destination. And destination is this beautiful thing because it's when the dream comes true, the calling, the purpose, the goal, the objective, the target, the accomplishment happens. The dream manifests, the purpose manifests, true will manifests. You see, purpose manifests because this is who we are. We are creators. You see, we have to stare at the sun, open our hearts, our mind, our eyes, build the bridge. We get the visions of the future, our future self, and we build that vision with purposeful daily action. And then that dream comes true with our actions, and that's our destination. We get there because our heart's strong. We create with our heart, and we manifest it through our free will. And this is very important, and my videos are always about this. And you see, because why, and the infinite nature of why, and why, how, and all these processes, being infinite creators. Compass is infinite itself. It's just not just like the sun. The sun rises every day. You see, so compass is the same. Once we reach our destination and our dreams come true, then we're still gonna stare at the sun and open the bridge and open the portal and build the bridge, and we're gonna have this daily relationship with the sun. So our dreams will be stronger. You see, our dreams will be stronger. So we have new dreams, new destinations that we choose with our own purpose, you see, with our own free will. And this is the beauty of it. We get to choose our creations. And this never ends. As